will take this three. Oh my gosh, he gets it to go. And he's in. Oh goodness, and he's still going. Finally tackled, big play for the Eagles. Past the 50-yard line down at the 45. Great defense. That's another block by Taylor Fee. They got his second of the game. Runs into his own guys, tries to cut back, and he'll take a defender with him into the end zone. Touchdown, SouthLake. Powerful run by Malachi Gwen. Can hold flag on the field, but it's got his goal. It's intercepted by Stubb, and an alley-oop to Mason. Oh my gosh! Well, it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon for some varsity lacrosse as we welcome you inside Eagles Stadium on the campus of SouthLake Christian Academy in Huntersville, North Carolina. Tonight we've got a spectacular matchup in store as the home team SouthLake Christian Eagles take on a team hailing from Western New York. And yes, you heard that right, the Canisius High School Crusaders. We'll see if the team from Buffalo can keep their momentum following a comeback win a week ago, while the Eagles will seek to deliver their fourth win in a row. Covering the action for you from the Fieldhouse, Bennett, Hart, Jackson, Robateau here with me. And Jackson Southlake has been looking excellent these past few games, especially offensively, which was an area they needed to improve on at the beginning of the year. What kind of strategy should we look for from them tonight in this one to continue to ride that momentum from the past few weeks?
Bennett, I believe the game plan for tonight will be to ride the momentum they have been able to construct over the last couple of weeks. And who better to depend on than Anthony Alexander, scoring unbelievable. And I was shocked to hear this 8 goals in the last contest against Mooresville. And folks, Mooresville scored 7. So Anthony Alexander beat Mooresville. Their opponent tonight's a bit of a mystery coming down from Buffalo, so Southlake shouldn't take them lightly, but continue to dominate and keep the momentum leading up to the playoffs. Bennett, we should be in an exciting game.
We certainly have an exciting one on deck. We'll be back in a few moments with the face-off. This is another presentation of high school lacrosse on SLSN. Face-off time. Ethan Hall at the center of the field to take this one for Southlake. Defenders swarm, but here comes River Lewis, who manages to get the ball out of the pile.
Lewis takes it to the right side. It's got Sloriski. Fake it that way, trying to look for an option.
This is how Southlake sets the pace of the game. Starts out slow, and they'll pick it up as we get further into the game. Here's a midfielder, Griffin Radford, starting also alongside Liam Jones, Carter Ward out there on the offensive side, Ian Skloreski, Anthony Alexanian, the 8-goal scorer from last night, and Larson Morgan on the field as well. Here's Alexanian on the right side of the field, driving towards the goal, saved by the keeper, recovered by Canisius. They take their time scooping it up, and already we have a downed Crusader.
This downed Crusader's Owen Gray, the senior captain. Long pole. The man was supposed to be on Alexandrian the entire night. We'll hope he's okay.
All right, we'll take a short break here while the training staff tends to him. We'll be back in a few moments.
There we go.
All right. Thankfully, Owen Gray was able to be helped to the sideline, mainly under his own power. Looks like an issue with the ribs there, Jackson.
It did. He was grabbed to the midsection. We'll hope and pray that he's all right. And in the meantime, number 35, Julius Chope, will take his position.
All right, so Southlake will, just kidding, Canisius will resume possession after they recovered that shot from Anthony Alexanian.
Dutrix with the ball, the goalkeeper coming up to the 30, now getting chased, now gets hit.
Big hit from Morgan.
Sloriski, almost had it, had the chance for a breakaway.
Handling the ball has been a big issue for him so far this season. A couple turnovers.
Alexanian!
Spectacular goal from Alexanian, 9th of the week, first in the game.
Just spectacular.
So big time early lead for Southlake as they are the first to strike just under a minute into this game. And again, we see the leading goal scorer back at his usual activities.
Just want to say great play by Ryder White there, leaving his position, trying to make up for the Sloriski error, and gets it to Alexanian, who slots it away. Southlake up 1-0.
Ethan Hall at center field to go at it for another face-off. Won the last one with some help from River Lewis. Reinforcements come in. I guess they'll just stay clamped to the turf. Hall knocks it away and can't recover the ground ball. Leading Southlake with ground balls. He's pretty good at this. Canisius swats it away. Lewis reinforces Hall. And it's recovered
picks
by
it up.
Radford.
Radford run down the middle. Had his arm, but ref says he pushed off, so be a turnover. Got a man behind. Sloriski trying to knock it out.
And
not able to. Alexanian.
If he had a little force on that back check, that could have been a penalty there. You got to be careful doing things like that. Driving now, here's Canisius. As they get their play call out, TJ Yoder out there alongside Deccan Hill. This is a big team, taller than almost all of Southlake, but we'll see if their skill is as good as well. That could also mean they're slower.
Chope now. Believe he's switching sticks, so he's going to be a midi. Playing
Deccan
the midi
Hill,
today.
driving. Pass over the middle.
High.
Yep.
Hits the crossbar and ends up on the baseball field.
So
But they
maintain
say will
possession.
retain possession.
We'll call that one a shot. Here come the Crusaders. A spin move from Hill. And an errant throw. Southlake not out hustling Canisius. That was William Schaefer. Had an opportunity maybe to go get the ball there. But it will stay on the other end of the field.
Hill trying to make something happen. Comes to the middle. And he'll
he
score.
Got it. Wow. Knotted up at 1. 2 goals, 1 for each team.
Too easy. Able to get around the defender. And just slots it away in the top right corner. Canisius answers right back after the Alexanian goal. Deccan Hill up to 4 goals on the season.
Their last game against Upper Canada College at their place, winning 12-9. And they've traveled almost 10 hours to get here to Southlake today, traveling in 3 vans as they recover that face-off, and they'll have possession once again. Ethan Hall chasing the ball carrier, and he'll lose the ball. Here comes Canisius.
Meat has to get it out to TJ.
And Yoder will slow things down. Offensive subs come out for Canisius.
And now Christopher Sweeney gets it to Sweeney. Covered by Hall. Gets around him. Cuts the inside. Tries to spin move, and it's nothing. Shoved, and here comes McConnell. Down the right side. He's running.
Excellent job from McConnell. Team leader in takeaways with 11 on the year as of last week's game against St. Joseph's. And he gets a big one there. Alexanian with it now.
Able to flip it to Alexanian and run back before a flag. And there is a flag on the field. Now to Hondros.
And here's spectators saying the flag is down. Could be offsides on Southlake, but since they're letting this play out, there's a good chance it's on Canisius.
Alexanian getting pressure. Spinning around it, getting by 3 defenders. Morgan now. Oh, not able to get it to the middle.
Knocked away. Great
Ground
defense
ball
there from Canisius.
Yoder trying to get it, and he's got it.
Long stick midi for the Canisius team. Let's see that call for the flag. And so that one was on Canisius, a turnover for them. As soon as they got possession, you see the refs stopped play and gave it right back to Southlake. So the Eagles will have the ball. Lincoln Julian on the field, alongside Jacob Hondros, Will Downs, Ian Skloreski, Larson Morgan, and Anthony Alexanian.
Penalty will because there's too many men on the field, had 7 on the offensive side.
Alexanian at the point guard position. Now we'll give it to Skloreski. Hondros at the X.
Looking for a man. Got Morgan now. Morgan up to Alexanian. Alexanian to Skloreski. Just circling their prey. Downs now.
Ooh.
Loses it.
Can't
Picked up
that one.
by Canisius.
Alexanian, ferocious, even when it comes to defense. That one knocked away. Hondros escorts it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. Canisius ball.
Hondros not able to get the ground ball. Canisius will retain possession.
Great hustle
Throws
by
it away.
Larson Morgan. And it will stay in play. Just a very close recovery for Canisius, as it's a fight for the ball. Bodies flying. Who comes out with it? And Canisius ends up with it. Excellent defense from Connor Williams, ferociously slashing the offenseman for Canisius. Now they'll slow things down. Hill gets it to his offensive teammate, Shop. He was subbed in for the injured Owen Gray.
Back to Hill, looking to get another goal in this contest.
Different style of play shown from Canisius. Southlake passes in one direction typically. Canisius alternating, going around in both ways, and they haven't gotten it to the man at the X yet.
Southlake has the advantage here with 2 very big D-pole defenders in McConnell and Williams, as we just saw Williams slashing the Canisius attackman.
Ryder White playing good coverage there. Canisius bounces it outside. Here's Meat, son of the head coach Pat Meat, and has gotten 5 goals in just 3 games. One of the stars of this team. Here comes Canisius trying to drive, and that one knocked off the shaft of Reed Kearney. Out of bounds it goes. It will stay Canisius ball.
Got a little lucky there, lost the ball, ends up right in the time. Shot there, saved. Kearney. And they've got a blue inside the crease, and will be a turnover.
Great job bowing up there for Southlake defensively. As you mentioned, Williams, White, and McConnell. Alexanian, phenomenal shot pointing to the sky as he whipped that one inside the left part of the cage. Southlake retakes the lead. Anthony Alexanian, 2nd goal of the night.
Morgan takes it 80 yards up and gets it to Alexanian, the playmaker, and slots it away for his 2nd goal of the contest, 10th of the week.
Wow. Might get to the 20s here before we go home.
He might get to the 20s.
Ethan Hall at the face-off spot alongside Rocco Salino will be taking it for Canisius. And Hall jumped early. Canisius ball. Here's Yoder. He'll take it up for the Crusaders. Awaiting him is the stout Southlake defense, who's played a great game. Allowed 7 points last night to Mooresville. We won 15-7. A lot of the backups were playing. And when Williams, McConnell, and White are in, it's a force to be reckoned with.
It is.
Here's Deccan Hill at the left side of the field. Ryder White comes out to meet him with his long pole.
Yoder now at the top, switching directions, trying to attack Jones. Jones has none of it.
Wow.
Loses the ball. Great defense by Liam Jones. Meet now with it. Trying to get to the middle.
With the horizontal check-in from Jones. He's more of a defensive midfielder. They'll sub in Radford usually on offense for him, but he's made some key plays so far this season. He's really been a great ball carrier for the team as well.
Hill trying to attack Lewis. Gets it back to Meat.
This kid's big. And the best player, you can see him highlighted by his green lacrosse head. Now Deccan Hill. He's got 1 goal tonight. Gives it to his teammate behind the X, covered by Jones. Dodges inside.
Gets it to Hill. Hill! And he'll score. 2 goals to Alexandrian, 2 goals to Hill. Now up to 5 on the season.
All right, so we're tied up at 2. Deccan Hill already 2 goals. Anthony Alexandrian 2 goals, as Jackson just said. And excellent execution on the offensive side for Canisius in terms of ball movement, freeing up Deccan Hill, causing confusion in the inside, allowed him to get that excellent shot.
Need a good face-off here. Hall will take on Salino.
Fighting at center field.
Hall trying to come out of it.
He didn't. Salino with it. And a penalty, perhaps. They won't stop play. They'll keep going. We heard a whistle, but it doesn't matter. Canisius ends up with it, and Southlake's defensive subs have to get on the field.
2 men on the field there, just on the ground after the hit. No flags. Canisius will maintain possession. Chope now at the top with it. The replacement for Owen Gray, the captain, who earlier went down with a rib injury.
Here he goes driving. And Meat. No good. They're fighting for it right at the entrance of the cage. Southlake needs to retain possession. They knock it away.
And here comes Lewis. Gets the ground ball. He'll get Hondros. Hondros gets checked immediately.
And be careful with the checks in the back. And now he'll slow things down. Offensive subs on for Southlake. Lewis heads to the sideline.
Alexandrian now on the X. Gets it to Jones. Jones gets it to Carter Ward. Sloriski now. Carter Ward pick. Alexandrian now.
It's an excellent play call from the coach. Use those screens and free up your men. That's Carter Ward. He's an outstanding freshman, been on the field a lot so far this season, and actually started this game.
Alexandrian calling for the reset.
Excellent.
As he gets around the man, looking for his hat trick of the night, and we're not even done with the first quarter.
If you're drawing straws for the matchup you won in this lacrosse game, Alexandrian is not the one you want to get.
Sloriski gets it to Hondros. Hondros looking. High pass. And a turnover.
It's like that one was knocked away by Richard Archangel. Coolest name on the field. Forces a turnover for Canisius.
Archangel. Wow, what a name. Only a freshman, and he looks like the biggest one out there.
Here comes Shop. He's had the ball a lot tonight, filling in for Owen Gray so far, who may not make a return. He'll give it to Christopher Sweeney, attacking the left side. He was on the U20 Ireland national team during the national championships this year. Traveled to South Korea and New Zealand for a practice game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Players. He's 100% shooting so far this year. 2 goals in 3 games played. Here's Yoder at the top for Canisius.
Yoder trying to make a move.
Playing more of the point guard role today. And there's the big body from Canisius. Can't get it to go wide.
Hits the post and bounces all the way out. Sweeney will remain. He tries to get around McMurtry. McMurtry having none of it. 2 checks to the body and a high pass, and White's got it. Turnover.
White, excellent stick skills to reach up there high and knock that down.
Switches it to McConnell now. McConnell to Williams, and Williams is running down the sideline.
McConnell.
Hondros now has it. Hondros is trying to break away. Pass is tipped.
That one was too low for Radford. Alexanian in pursuit along with Morgan trying to knock that one free. They reached the 50-yard line. Alexanian can't go past there. Here comes Shop. Double teamed by Southlake. Jake Landreth out there poking at him. And no goal as they get the shot off. We're tied up at 2 after 1. Southlake needs to get their act together as they look to gain momentum early in this game. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment. Friday nights under the lights. The roar of the student section, heart-pounding touchdowns, buzzer beaters, and game-winning goals. This is high school sports, and hundreds of local families are watching and listening every single week. Right now, several parents, students, and alumni tune in live to our broadcasts all season long. They're customers, your neighbors, and your biggest fans. So why not put your business in front of the game? When you sponsor SLSN broadcast, your brand travels with every matchup.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by your company. Proud to support our student-run broadcast network. Do you see how great that sounds? So now it's your turn. Be the hometown hero your business already is.
Send us an email over at feedback.slsn@gmail.com to lock in your spot before they're gone. That's feedback.slsn@gmail.com. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. Now go enjoy the rest of this broadcast. All right, it's time for the second quarter. We saw an exciting first half. 2 goals for each team, 2 for Anthony Alexanian, 2 for Deccan Hill on the side of Canisius. The team from New York who drove 10 hours to get here showing no signs of fatigue is Ethan Hall at the face-off X.
Be a false start at Canisius.
Yeah. Liam Jones has it now. He's moving towards his right side. Out there with him, Sklereski, Alexanian, Hondros, and offensive subs come in. Larson, Morgan, and Griffin Radford check in. Here's Hondros now. Spence. Trying to work his way inside. Now they'll slow down traffic. Alexanian to Radford.
Jones now with it. Trying to make a move. Gets around him. Gets to the inside. Hondros not able to get it.
Can't handle. Catching and throwing has certainly been a problem for this team so far.
Alexanian able to hurry up and get it. Hondros doesn't make the mistake here. Gets it to the middle, Jones, and he drops it.
Yep.
Southlake having trouble keeping the ball in their stick right now.
Here's Radford. The point guard of the team so far will try to lose his defender. Excellent job moving right side. Southlake organizing things. Liam Jones, the only midfielder who has been scoreless so far this season. And the shot is good.
Ian Sklereski. Beautiful move from the right side. Getting it to the middle. Upper left-hand goal. Sklereski up now to 10 goals on the season.
Wow. Yeah, he's been certainly a key player offensively. Just the turnovers need to be remedied, but other than that, Sklereski, one of their best goal scorers as we go back towards center field where Ethan Hall is waiting with Solino. All right, Hall battling it out with Rocco Solino.
It's muscle on muscle, and Hall comes out of it.
Nice job. Oh, he lost
it.
Here's McConnell. Just kidding. That's River Lewis picking up Canisius midfielder.
White able to stop the attack as Canisius will reset. Trying to tie this ball game once again. Have never led, Canisius has.
All right, TJ Yoder. Out there also with Deccan Hill. Nick Meat. Alongside Wyatt Van Tyne. And the big man, Braxton Kilgore. Gosh, this kid's huge. 6'2", 220. The bottom of your screen.
Yoder trying to make a move.
Excellent double team. William Schaefer out there as well, joining Ethan Hall. More of a speed defensive lineup on there for Southlake. Top left corner, shot is good on Reed Kearney. Punch, counter punch, and we're tied up at 3.
47, Nicholas Mate, assisted by number 4, Deccan Hill.
Southlake just not able to get any momentum. Right when they score, Canisius will score. It's been like that for the entirety of the game.
Usually Southlake's offense is the one who struggles early on in the game. Today it's been the defense for sure, and usually one of the strongest parts of their team. They need to bow up if they want to stop this Canisius squad from scoring every time they're down here.
New face-off man, Larson Morgan up there.
And Morgan jumped
false
early.
start.
All right, Shop picks it up. Will be covered by River Lewis, the long stick midi, committed to Wingate. Deccan Hill gives it back to Shop, and William Schaefer's out there with him. This is Schaefer's first start of the year. He's been out there a lot so far tonight.
Meat now with it. McConnell, the pressure.
Hill
Tries to
already
get to
2
Hill.
goals.
Ryder White.
Wow. Bodies him out of the way. McConnell gets it. Penalty called.
McConnell trucked after the play, trying to hold the ball up so nobody can get it. And Southlake will call the timeout to retain possession. And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Let's resume play here in Huntersville, North Carolina at SouthLake Christian Academy. We're tied up at 3 following that goal from Canisius. And like I said earlier, it's been punch, counter punch, punch again, counter punch again. And we've done that 3 times. Here's Connor Williams looking to clear it for Southlake, accompanied by several midfielders from Canisius, and Williams gets away.
He just runs over Chop like he's not even there. Gets it up to Hondros up top.
Interesting, Hondros and Alexander have kind of switched positions so far for this drive.
Hondros gets around his man, looking to get something in. He's got nobody open. Sloriski now with it.
Already goal in the night for him.
Sloriski switches to the top. Trying to make a move. Loses the ball.
Looks like he got it back just in time. Now it's
Now
out
it's
on
a
the
scramble.
floor again.
Now
Alexanian
Zadian comes out with it. Alexanian, Ward, Jones, Downs, Sloriski, and Hondros, the 6 offensive. Hondros now trying to get to the middle. Blocked off by Chop. Constant pressure. Now Jones with it at the top. Jones, great move.
He needs a goal. Give the guy a goal. None all season.
Sloriski!
A great shot. Rolling it in. Ian Skloreski, 2 goals. Joining Anthony Alexanian. And now Southlake retakes the lead again. Our 3rd lead change of the game.
Now the difference in this game now will be to not let Canisius come down and score. And Southlake to get another goal and get the momentum up. That's where they're riding high. Once they grab the momentum, especially in the first half, that's when Southlake can be scary.
And big key, we saw they lost some face-offs there in the first quarter. This quarter, they've been a lot better. Ethan Hall back out there again. That's certainly a reason why we've seen them have possession so much. That last drive was Connor Williams with an excellent run back.
Salino wins it.
Side. Salino might take it all the way, but an excellent job from Connor Williams. Getting his stick in there. They'll call that a push-off. Don't know what the official saw there. And Salino slow to get up. He'll hobble to the sideline. Connor Williams with no regard
For human life.
yeah. Excellent ball movement. Mead gets a goal on Ryder White, bottom left corner. And we're tied again.
Just being quick, and that's smart lacrosse right there.
Yeah.
Subs are coming on. They're able to start the play. Gets it to Mead immediately. And he'll slide it away for his 2nd goal of the contest. Now tied up again, 4-4.
Man. 6 lead changes in the game.
Punch for punch. Southlake and
Here's Ethan Hall at the face-off X. Going against Salino. Hall lost the last one. An excellent effort from Salino. Gets down on the ground, recovers it for Canisius, and they clear it. Here's Kilgore now. Connor Williams versus Braxton Kilgore. Battle of the bigs. Now on the right side, Canisius sets things up with Van Time. Back up to the top deck and Hills there. Here's Shop. Covered by William Schaefer. Just kidding, that's Christopher Sweeney.
Sweeney.
The Irish men.
Sweeney coming to the left side.
Sick
Now
uniforms
has
from
Van Tine,
Canisius.
Sweeney.
Looks like Notre Dame. Gold helmets. Navy jerseys.
It's a very cool team.
Yeah. School was founded in 1870 up in western New York in the Buffalo area. As we get later into the broadcast, we'll show you some pictures of the facilities there, and they're unreal. Here's Kilgore behind the goal. Van Tine, accompanied by White. McConnell helps. Excellent slide from him. River Lewis now guarding Deck and Hill.
Hill looking to make something happen. Now has Sweeney. Irishman gets it to Mead. Mead falls over.
Get it!
Mead is struck by McConnell. And there's a flag.
And disdain from Southlake sideline on that call, likely against William Schaefer. And an illegal body check. Not a good call. Not a good call at all. Nicholas Meek clearly fell.
Fell over
I mean,
and
that one wasn't even close.
tries to get back up. McConnell trucks him.
Yeah.
But just a horrible call. Now McConnell will be in the box. And the power play for Canisius.
All right. So Canisius will start this off again. Nicholas Meat has it at the top of the field. And unlike Southlake's formation, it's not a 5-out or 6-out. They have 2 guys towards the middle of the field. And Kilgore ripped one. It goes out of bounds.
Landreth gets a tip on it as he goes to fire, and it will go out of bounds. Sweeney, though, with possession. Gets it up top to Meat. Meat! Just a hair off to the left side. Choked the first one there.
Even if he made that one, I think Kearney would have saved it. Excellent job dropping down low. Here comes Shop on the left side. Kilgore almost ripped one again. Excellent ball movement
Van
from
Tine
Canisius.
trying to get a shot. Back up to Meat. Now to Sweeney.
Excellent!
Sweeney!
Oh, nice save. Reed Kearney.
Great save by Reed Kearney.
Wow, phenomenal from the freshman goalkeeper of Team 91.
And he turns it over.
Not good. Timeout, Canisius. As soon as they recovered the ball. We'll be back in a moment. An exciting matchup in a close game on SLSN this Thursday night. We'll be back in a moment with more from the second quarter after this. Friday nights under the lights. The roar of the student section, heart-pounding touchdowns, buzzer beaters, and game-winning goals. This is high school sports, and hundreds of local families are watching and listening every single week. Right now, several parents, students, and alumni tune in live to our broadcasts all season long. They're customers, your neighbors, and your biggest fans. So why not put your business in front of the game? When you sponsor SLSN broadcast, your brand travels with every matchup.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by your company. Proud to support our student-run broadcast network. Do you see how great that sounds? So now it's your turn. Be the hometown hero your business already is.
Send us an email over at feedback.slsn@gmail.com to lock in your spot before they're gone. That's feedback.slsn@gmail.com. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. Now go, enjoy the rest of this broadcast. All right, let's resume play following the Canisius timeout. They'll have it to start things off. That's Van Tine with it. And we'll see if the school from Buffalo can retake the lead before SouthLake can. 6 lead changes so far in the game. Here's Shop. Gets it to Meat on the X. Here's Kilgore.
Kilgore looking for an option. He's got Meat. Meat went to fire. Didn't have it.
McConnell still not out there, residing in the penalty box for the moment. And another score.
Van
Deccan
Tine.
Hill.
Oh, wait, no.
Just kidding. No, that was Van
Tine.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know that Canisius is leading 5-4. 7th lead change of the game. Big one there for the Crusaders.
First lead of the night for the Crusaders. Van Tine, jump goal, bottom left.
That's some great ball movement. We've been seeing that a lot from Canisius. This is a game Southlake expected to win. I'm not going to pretend it's not. They didn't know much about this Canisius team, obviously, because they're in Buffalo.
Had a little bit of a flashbacks from that Van Tine goals.
Oh, my
the
gosh,
jump
yeah.
from Bridger.
Don't say that. Here comes Lewis. Accelerating pace. Sklereski. Now over to Hondros.
Andros trying to make something happen. Get the offense rolling. Pick from Jones. Andros gets to the middle. Alexanian.
Oh, he did that last night, apparently. That would have been a phenomenal tip-in goal.
Just saved it.
That was a turnover.
And the
Canisius
Crusaders
recovers.
have it.
Clear. And here they come.
Bobbles the ball, able to get it. Ward now on the Crusader.
He's an offensive midfielder. They need to get their defensive subs in if they want to stop Canisius. William Schaefer covering the point guard for the Crusaders.
If you were wondering why we haven't said 63's name, it is because he is not on any roster that we have.
Non-existent,
So
someone
he will
said.
go as mystery player number 1.
Kilgore spins. Lewis working on it. Kilgore alternates hands. Excellent save from Kearney. And he'll clear this one. River Lewis there, accompanied by 4 Canisius defenders. Here's McConnell.
McConnell
It's a
up to
downfield for
Ward.
Ward.
Great one-hand catch by Ward to get Southlake an offensive opportunity. Ward will now run into the X position. Gets it to Alexanian. Radford now. Morgan the sub. Bradford stay at the top, directing traffic, setting up the play. Chope on him.
So Captain Christian McConnell typically describes this offense as they like to keep teams on their toes. They try skip passes, quick cuts. Haven't seen much of that so far today. Maybe that's what they need to kickstart their offense in the second quarter.
Bradford gets around. High shot. Over the bar, out of bounds. Hondros the first one there, so Southlake will continue this offensive possession.
Looks like his stick was knocked up a little bit. Led to the errant shot.
Alexandrian now has it at the top. Forcing him left, but he goes wherever he wants.
Wow.
Just saved.
Oh, barely. That low shot is killer, especially if the goalie can't get down there fast enough. They're typically bigger guys, so it's hard for them to drop to their knees like that. And timeout, Canisius.
Goalie was out of the goal, flipped it up for anybody to grab. Canisius ends up grabbing it and calls the timeout quick before disaster happens.
Smart timeout by Mr. Meat. 5-4, Canisius leading. Back in a moment to finish off the second quarter before halftime. Right back at Eagles Stadium to resume play following the Canisius timeout. Southlake starts this one on defense.
Chop gets around the two defenders.
Good speed from Shop.
Once again, Chop is replacing Owen Gray. 24, the captain, went down with a rib injury the first play of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And we have yet to see him since. So we believe his night is probably over.
TJ Yoder, covered by McMurtry, seeing his first field time today.
Hill now in the exposition, covered by Lewis, calling out a play.
And you see them bunch up in the middle of the field, likely setting up a play that we've seen often so far in this matchup to kind of confuse Southlake's defense and score a goal. Great slide from Schaefer.
Meat wide open.
Wow.
Saved.
Great save.
By Kearney. Amazing save.
All right, here's McConnell. Only defenseman who has not scored this season. Turns it over. Fights for it back. Schaefer there to help him. The ball comes out. McConnell recovers. And Canisius now with it. Picking it up after the fray. Knocked down by William Schaefer. Got into the stick of Keith. That was too fast. I didn't see what happened. Canisius scored again.
I'm looking at William Schaefer now as they immediately
Number 7, Wyatt Van Tyne, assisted by number 43, Braxton Pilgrim.
trying to get up.
Injured Eagle on the play.
Yep.
Schaefer now hobbling off as they called immediately for Sarah.
Yep. He's going to walk to the sideline under his own power. That was a nasty hit. He laid on the ground for a little bit.
Fortunately, I did not see who scored because my eyes went directly
it
to
was
Will.
Wyatt Van Tyne, apparently. It was a very fast sequence of events. I didn't see it either. But they scored. So it's 6-4. Southlake down 2. They've got to pick things up.
McConnell tried to launch it and just lost it. Bit of an oopsie there, but Southlake will come back. Just need a little bit of momentum, and it could be a good start right here if Hall wins the faceoff against Salino.
Referee drops it in.
Here
Excellent
he
job
goes.
by Hall, knocking it free. And he'll slow down possession. Probably had an open lane to run to the goal, but Sklereski can't hang on to it. Goes out of bounds. Almost. He recovers.
Coach McCarthy calls
Yep.
a timeout. Doesn't like what he's seeing.
Yeah.
SouthLake Christian.
Missing opportunities so far. They need to get back into this one. We'll take one more short break, and then we'll finish off the second quarter when we come back. All right, it's about time to finish off this second quarter. Coming up at halftime, we probably won't do analysis tonight. Maybe another time. We're hungry. We haven't had anything to eat.
Very hungry. So we will go scrounging for food.
Yes.
Probably find nothing. And be very upset as we will start the second half with.
I don't know. SouthLake concession stand really well stocked as of late. Slushies, Chick-fil-A sandwiches, hopefully.
Hopefully. Alexanian gets it to Jones. Back to Alexanian. Sloriski. Morgan, the X-Man. Hondros now with it. Jones now. Offense has been mighty quiet ever since the great start to the first quarter that they had. Haven't seen much from them. Hondros now. Make a move. Almost loses it. Bobbles it. Gets to the top.
He leads his team in assists. He'll go for a goal. Couldn't get it. He's been pretty good at that as well.
Dutrix with the save. Probably his fourth or fifth of the night. It's been very well.
He's been solid.
Had some great saves on Alexanian.
Not easy to do. They have
Canisius
yet to eclipse the 50-yard line. Here comes Detro.
has got to get it up. Keeper all the way out.
Bad idea, goalkeeper.
And the time goes out. Didn't get it over in time. Southlake will get it. Turnover, Canisius. Goalie out of the goal.
Oh,
Tried to get it.
Hondros.
Ball still on the ground.
Canisius coach complains the clock didn't start. I don't know if we'll just head to halftime or they'll put time back on the clock. Yep, they'll head to halftime. All right, 6-4 after 1. We're going to go get some food and be back with the second half after the break. This is Varsity Lacrosse on SLSN. All right, it's time for the second half. As we enter into the third quarter, Ethan Hall meets Salino at the face-off X before we get started. So far, Canisius has been leading, especially later in the second quarter, 6-4, the score, with 8 lane changes total. We'll see what SouthLake can do to get right back in this one. We've seen it happen before. We saw it at the Pine Lake game, our first SLSN game of the season.
I know you guys were on the edge of your seats at halftime. Did they find food? We kind of did.
Yes.
We found chips in Miss McConnell's office.
And big knockdown from Lewis. Flags fly. And Lewis takes it away. No stop play.
Ethan Hall takes the big hit. From Salino. The two face-off men having a little bit of beef between them. As Lewis will be called with the illegal block in the back.
Yeah.
So he will go in the box. SouthLake will go down to 5. And Canisius will have the power play.
Lewis, one of the best, well, the best defensive midi on the team. Long stick midi committed to Wingate University for lacrosse. And big loss here for a minute or two for SouthLake. Deccan Hill will pick this thing up and get us started. He's been at midfield all night tonight. Largely the same lineup for Canisius so far. As here's Shop.
Sweeney back to the Shop. Up top.
Look at this play they're running. Great movement inside. Shop again. Back out. Inside. Hill can't hang on to it. And he gets it and he scores.
What a play. Drawn up by the coach.
Over the head of Reed Kearney, and Canisius now up 3 scores. That's a hat trick for Deccan Hill. He's been phenomenal so far for this team tonight. Hasn't really done much this season, but perhaps this is his breakout game. Well, he has had 3 goals. Just 2 ground balls from the statistics we gathered. This could certainly be the big day for him. Ethan Hall.
Trying to get some revenge back. Almost had it. Now on the ground. Cannot get it. Yoder with it now.
Ethan Hall being a great wrestler. Nasty one-handed check.
We can hear that all the way from the top.
Here comes SouthLake. Ritter Lewis is back in the game. Alexanian. Gallons!
SouthLake back on the board. Hall with the huge check. Lewis runs with it. Tries to get it. Alexanian. 2 defenders close on Alexanian. Downs is wide open and slots it away.
Yep, fantastic goal. His 6th of the season. He is 6 for 7 shooting this year. Put your hands out. Cheetos are all over the booth. Ethan Hall at the face-off X while we clean up our mess. Fighting for it with Salino. Hall combats. There's Canisius. Shop ends up with it. Pursued by Lewis. And Canisius with another face-off, another possession. Perhaps they'll extend their lead. And Meat tries to get inside, and he'll answer. Another goal for Canisius. 8-5 our score.
Van Tyne, his 3rd. Able to get into the middle. Strikes it away. Canisius back up 8-5 with a 3-goal difference.
I don't know why. I just can't remember that kid's name. I can't do it. It looks like Meat. 47, but it's 7. I can't do it.
And if you were wondering why Bennett said Cheetos all over the thing, Bennett said 6-7, and I am a child, and I did the celebration for it with the Cheetos in my hand, and they went everywhere. New face-off man. Morgan wins. Alexanian now has it. Trying to set up an offense. Trying to crawl back into this game.
Here come the offensive subs for Southlake. Carter Ward out there alongside Jacob Hondros, Liam Jones, Sklereski, and Will Downs.
Ward almost
Anthony
lost it to
Alexadian.
Slariski picks up the ground ball. Ward now has it. Downs playing the X. Alexanian looking to make some magic happen.
He's the lead play caller on this offense for a reason. Leads the team in goals. Here he goes, cutting, spinning.
Fakes the pass, fake me!
Yeah, my eyes followed him. Alexadian shot, deflected by the keeper. Here's Liam Jones fighting for it. Almost had his first goal of the season, recovered by Detro, and Canisius will seek to clear. Alexadian meeting the defensive midi, and now here's Yoder. Ends up clearing that one. Canisius with possession. That's Braxton. Gets it down to Meat.
Meat now to Kilgore. Up to Yoder. And they'll make a play trying to, wouldn't say waste time, still 10 minutes left in this third quarter.
We apologize for the glare that's on your screen. The sun is going down, and we can't control that.
It's a beautiful sunset. Kilgore gets it to Van Tyne. Van Tyne in the X position. Looking for his 4th goal of the contest. 2 players on Canisius now have hat tricks.
Wow.
As Yoder takes it from the top, had Ward on him. Van
Southlake
Tyne
played
looking
up
for a
closer. That
shot.
could have been an opportunity for a turnover. Low pass saved by Kearney.
Hill tried to get the low pass. Kearney was having none of it. Gets it out to Mikado, and here he comes.
Christian needs a goal. And Connor Williams is down there.
With the little toe taz.
Carter Ward.
Slariski.
Oh, he nearly
loses
got
it.
And he'll
Able
pick
to
up the
dribble
ground
it out.
ball on the left
Slow it
side.
down. Run a play. Let's get a goal here. Downs now. Ward. At the top with it. Gets around his defender.
Can't escape.
Short pass. Alexanian able to capture it. Downs now. Downs looking for Hondros.
Andro's been running the X most of the season.
Hondros
Tries to
without
dodge
his knee
inside.
brace today. Hondros fires.
Off
It hits the pole.
cage.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Hondros not even a year
I
off of
think
his,
he had it on earlier. He might have taken it off.
not a year off of his ACL tear and scare the last game of the season. No longer has his knee brace. Alexadian tip pass. Yoder.
Great
Carter
job
Ward
by
picks it
Ward.
up.
Excellent stick skills. Alexanian attempted one-hand catch, can't get it. Recovers. Sklereski on the left side. Covered by Archangel. Gosh, that sounds so cool. Here's Dowens. Hondros now. They've had possession for a while. They need to get inside and score. Here's Carter Ward.
Alexanian. Now here's Ward. Ward looking for something. He's got Slariski, and he drops it. Turnover.
And that has been a problem all year for Ian Sklereski. That time he was almost spinning his stick like he was cradling, and it went off the other side of the head and onto the carpet. So here comes Canisius. And big hit from Deccan Hill on Will Downs, who was cringing after his injury earlier in the game. Well, after his goal earlier in the game. Looked like some kind of injury. And here comes Canisius. Celino gets it out to Yoder.
Yoder gets it to Hill. Hill also looking for his 4th goal of the contest.
As we mentioned, Canisius founded in 1870. It's an all-boys Jesuit school in Buffalo, New York. And they are certainly well esteemed in that area. They've won 92 out of a possible 183 regular season and playoff titles. That's a 50% win rate. And
That's
10%
insane.
of their senior class in 2019 went on to play college sports. 11 commits so far this year.
Hill now with it. Yoder at the top. teams come down all the way from Buffalo and shown what they can do.
Yeah.
Will take on Charlotte Catholic in their next contest. Bit of a tougher opponent there for UNC commits.
Yeah. That's tomorrow night, too.
So that would be a great contest for Canisius.
If you like exotic sports, you may want to go take a trip up there. They've got rowing, squash, sailing in the spring and fall.
Yoder
and another
with the
goal
ground,
there.
The ground shot hit the ground about 4 times and rolled bottom left.
Crusaders goal by number 18.
Canisius up to 9. SouthLake 5. 4-goal difference. Game's not over.
No.
But SouthLake needs to make a turn right here.
Yeah, 4-point deficit. It's almost a little bit of low-energy play from Southlake at the moment, especially on the defensive end. They're kind of getting lost by these Canisius attackers. We'll see if they can finally regain momentum in this one. It has been completely stripped away. And that could all start with an Ethan Hall face-off win right here. False start on Hall. Not what we needed. Salino off to the sideline to be subbed out. Here's Shop. Defensive sub. William Schaefer comes on for Southlake. And more subs come out for Southlake.
Lewis
Andrew
knocks the
Mercury
ball out.
on there.
Shope trying to get him out. Trips over Sweeney. Ball gets up to Meat.
Yep, he's going to cut inside now, accompanied by Ryder White. Just
Meat.
kidding, that's Christian McConnell. And William Schaefer.
On Sweeney.
Meet Sweeney at the top of the field.
Sweeney gets it to Van Tyne. Van Tyne over to Sweeney. Sweeney, the choke.
Yeah, and they're just going to try to slow down play here. They've got a 4-score lead, and Southlake hasn't answered. Sweeney cuts inside. Great job by Andrew McMurtry.
And Van Tyne, the low shot. Referees are coming together, and it will be a goal.
By number 7, Wyatt Van Tyne. Assisted by number 23.
His 4th goal of the contest. Sweeney with the assist. And Southlake, not the first one to reach double digits, is now down by 5.
Not what they wanted to see at all. Costly errors from Southlake so far in this one. 5-point deficit. Morgan is now the face-off man. Ethan Hall has not been on fire tonight like he is usually. Morgan almost picks it up, knocks it away, looking for help. Lewis knocks it up, recovered by Liam Jones, lost it, and here comes Solino. Somehow Canisius manages to get out of that fray with the ball. And coach is frustrated on the side of Southlake as they are being dominated right now. Anyway, as I was saying before that rude interruption of a TJ Yoder goal, they have a hockey team, a rowing team in spring and fall, a sailing team in spring and fall, bowling in the winter.
Sailing team.
Used to.
Notice the big ship out front that hasn't had
Yeah.
a sailing team since 2013.
But they also got bowling in the winter, hockey, indoor track, and rugby.
Bowling would be an excellent sport.
Man, that would be a fun team. And nearly a score in the crease. Turnover for Canisius. Possession for Southlake.
White will start with it. White looking for an option.
Almost forced out of bounds. He steps on the line, and it is a turnover. Canisius gets it right back. And you almost wonder why Connor Williams wasn't the one to take that one in.
Exactly.
Certainly the bigger body. Obviously, it's harder to get pushed out of bounds.
Now Canisius will follow after the Southlake turnover. Van Tyne gets it to the new man, number 2, Mikey Haven.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything from him. It's pretty much been the same lineup all night so far for Canisius. Here they are driving. Now back out. Looks like they have some subs in. 22 is in there as well. That's Joey Sparks, the freshman midfielder. Southlake will keep their starters on. No answer so far from the Eagles in this half. More slow play. No shot clock in high school. So Canisius can do this as long as they want. As that clock continues to tick.
2 minutes left in the third quarter. Williams pressuring Kilgore. Kilgore still has it up top. Now up the hill. Hill over to Van Tyne. Back to Hill. He goes to attack.
Southlake needs a turnover here.
Kilgore trying to back down. Williams is too big.
Turnover by Southlake. Looks like a wedge or a push-off there on the side of Braxton Kilgore. Officials stop play. Southlake has it. Here they come. That's Griffin Radford. He's coming in with a full head of steam. Now he'll slow things down. But Southlake has to play with some urgency if they want to get back in this one. Sklereski to Alexanian. Hondros now. Here comes Hondros. He's got some speed, looking to outrun this Canisius defense. Gets it down low.
Morgan goes to fire, loses it.
Top of the stick.
Tries to get it back to Morgan, loses it again. Alexanian was wide open. Missed him there. And a missed opportunity for Southlake as they go to reset. Hondros up top. Loses his stick, yard sale.
Sklereski can't get it back. Cheers from the Canisius sideline. Nothing from Southlake. They get it to the goalie, Detro. And Alexanian will try to stop this one from going any further upfield. And here comes Hill. Alexanian can't get to him. Canisius with possession again. Yoder gets it to Shop. A common theme we've seen is Canisius with possession. This half, it's been wild. Great defense from Schaefer. Forces that shot to go way over the cage. And Canisius will maintain possession.
Meat will start with it. Covered by McConnell.
And that is it for the third quarter. 10-5 our score. Canisius leading. Southlake looking for answers. We'll be back to finish off the game with one more quarter to go on this presentation of high school lacrosse on SLSN.
Eagles 5.
All right, so I told you we'd show you some pictures from the Canisius campus. Let's start out with a nice and humble castle. Guys, that's their student center. Show you the rest of the second. We're getting set for face-off. 10-5, Canisius leading. Ethan Hall at the face-off X. Southlake looking for answers, trying to hype up their team with this awesome music. We'll see what Hall's got. Southlake looking to mount an insurmountable seeming comeback of 5 points. Not insurmountable, but certainly not likely. We'll see if they can do it.
Hall and Solino Wall to wall. Hall tries to get it out. It looks like Canisius will take care of it, but Radford went to go get it. Ball is still going. Goes out of bounds. Each team's pointing their different directions. Both referees come together, and they say it's out of bounds on SouthLake.
Not a shocker there. SouthLake has gotten very few calls in this game, for sure. And part of the reason why Canisius is leading because of those power plays we've seen so far. So we switched ends of the field. Down near the field house is the Canisius end offensively. And the defensive formation out there for SouthLake. They've got to read these plays that Canisius has been running all night, getting inside, outside, quickly. And really almost copying SouthLake's style of offense. Quick skip passes, quick cuts. Allowing them to score as many goals as they have. Their third double-digit game, well, their second double-digit game so far this year. And Williams accompanying Kilgore.
Sweeney now with it on the left side. He'll get it to the new man. Done. Done. Back to Sweeney. Up to Van Tyne. Back to Sweeney.
William Schaefer out there to cover him.
Oh, fire.
And Kearney saves it. Clamps it just in time before it rolls inside the goal. And now SouthLake looking to clear. They've got some momentum. Late hit on McConnell. Here comes Ryder White down the right side.
White
Getting
looking
slashed
for
at. There's
somebody.
The flag.
Flag is thrown.
Bugs are flying into our booth.
That was a very big bug.
I don't know what the call was. Will the refs talk about this one?
The flag on the field. Both teams are coming together.
And so they will call that against Canisius. SouthLake will maintain possession, but they'll also call a timeout. So we'll be back here in a few moments to better. Let's show you the rest of those pictures of the Canisius campus. I mean, it is just ridiculous. Student Center, and you have their auditorium. Looks like something from the Titanic. And then their modern field house. Like, my word. School's been around since 1870. They have funds like that. Excellent structures on the campus, and they're playing just as good here tonight. 10-5 the score. SouthLake trailing. But looking to get back in this one. They'll have the ball to start as the offense heads back out there. They need to get Alexanian involved. He's got 2 goals so far tonight. Hasn't had a game under 2 goals, actually, but he has been silent so far in the second half.
Offense has been silent in the second half, besides the Will Downs score. But that was off. No offensive possession, really, where they've ran a play has led to a score in the second half.
Yeah.
Only the fast break, Lewis to Anthony Alexanian over to Downs was the score. So need to see something change here. As we know, SouthLake likes to make their fourth quarters interesting. Morgan almost loses it. Has had trouble with ball security in this game.
Biggest issue for sure.
Morgan goes to fire. Looked like it went in on our side. Parents started cheering. Hondros went to grab it, almost lost it.
Good recovery.
Kept it in bounds. Gets it to Alexanian! And that's all we had to do. We just had to talk about him.
Yep, for sure.
His ears were burning.
So a hat trick for Anthony Alexanian in this one. He has been no stranger to those. Very common, as we saw in his 8-goal game last night. It's now only a 4-point deficit for SouthLake, still very much in this game. And I mean, if you're wondering, Alexanian was just a goal away from breaking Southlake's school record of lacrosse goals. Neglected to do so, was sat out following the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. He's tied it now. Yeah, he's tied it now with Matt Lutzel and Jonathan Butlak at 8 goals. Not a bad group to be adding your name to.
Strong man loses it.
Great job slashing by Sklereski. Southlake's trying to get this one back, and they do.
Got the ground ball.
Ethan Hall, can he drive and score?
Almost had it.
Alexanian's there to recover. Southlake keeps the ball in their end.
They won't count it as a shot.
Ridiculous. Oh, my word.
So Canisius will come out of that
just crazy.
with possession. How is that not a shot?
I don't know. Oh, man.
Head over the head
And
of Ryder White.
Southlake's defense has got to get back there. Shot from Kilgore off the crossbar. Schaefer trying to get there, but he is beat
That had some power
by
to it.
Shop. My goodness, the guy's built like Hulk. 6'2", 220. Probably plays football. He's huge. About the size of Connor Williams.
Not the size of Connor Williams. Meat now with it. McConnell on Meat.
Big hit from Schaefer. They sandwich him, but he still holds on to the ball. Nick Meat spins. And
Chope now at the top. Haven. Meat now. Kilgore.
Oh, my word.
One-on-one with the keeper. And there's just no stopping it. Where is the defense?
Yeah, Andrew McMurtry kind of got lost in that busyness inside. And that was Braxton Kilgore, his first goal of the game. He shot several times, but now his 5th goal on the season. He had 3 just 2 games ago against Rush Henrietta. And Southlake down by 5 once again. Shows how easily that the game of lacrosse can change. Canisius, I mean, and Southlake, it was a
back and forth game.
Yeah.
And then Canisius just took the momentum. Morgan now, the face-off man. Larson won.
Here's
And
Radford.
here comes Radford. The speedy junior.
Got to pick up the
Sloriski.
speed. No time to be passing around in a circle. You got to make those cuts inside and get a goal. Diving around
tries
was
to get the
Hondros.
diving goal.
They've got to
Saved by the
contest
keeper.
this.
Great catch. As Canisius will get an offensive possession. Van
James
Tyne.
Cruz gets it to Tyne.
White on him. Gets it over to Yoder.
And looks like that one was out of bounds. Did they call it a pass, or was it a deflection off South Lake? And it may be Canisius ball. They call a timeout, and a fight breaks out on the sideline. The kids from New York getting too chippy for the Eagles. I think a short break. Maybe we'll keep it here in case things get interesting.
Radford was running off the field, kind of bumped into the substituting man. And then very confused on what's happening. I believe a coach was yelling at Radford. Eagles didn't like it. Eagles coaching staff did not like that. Brian McCarthy trying to break it up.
Yeah.
As both teams will huddle together. Referees basically doing nothing like they have all game.
Shocker there. Unless one of the players on Southlake gets hit by a truck, there will be no penalty. We'll take this time out, and we'll see what happens when we get back after this. All right, let's finish out this game. Canisius up 11-6, 5-point deficit for Southlake, and already they almost fell behind that time. Ryder White rushing to keep up with Van Tyne, who's been on fire tonight. I think he has a hat trick in this game.
He's got 4.
Gosh.
Yoder now trying to take advantage of the positioning that Schaefer had. Gets it to meet Christian. Well defended there. Sweeney over to Yoder. Yoder.
He's now covered by Connor Williams. Bit of a switch up. And now McConnell is covering Meat.
Bit of a mismatch here as Kilgore is defended by Schaefer. There's about a 100-pound difference there.
Yeah. Go, but he can't hang on to the ball. Knocked off the stick. Big slashes from Connor Williams. Schaefer tries to kick it out, and it's recovered by Meat. Christian McConnell doesn't want him to keep it. Gets it back to the top, and we'll slow things down again.
Van Tyne now. Up to Sweeney. Sweeney over to Yoder.
And the sun has set, crisp 61 degree out here in Huntersville, North Carolina, as we are approaching the end of the fourth quarter.
6:20 left in our fourth quarter.
Yeah, Southlake needs 6 goals in 6 minutes if they want to come out with a win here.
Meat now gets it to Yoder. Yoder to Sweeney at the top. Sweeney over to Dunn. Dunn to Van Tyne. Gets it to Yoder. Yoder makes a move. Trucks Schaefer.
Deflected
Saved by Kearney.
Off his knee pad. Out of bounds it goes. Christian McConnell, the closest one to it. Will they give it to him?
Yes, they
do.
will.
Oh, no. Canisius is upset.
Oh, boo-hoo.
But McConnell has it, and they can deal with it.
Kearney now with it. Goes back to McConnell. McConnell loses
no.
it.
Christian trying to fight his way to the ball. Recovered by Van Tyne. And an errant pass will go out of bounds. Southlake will end up with it anyway. And, man, bad day for the defense.
Radford now trying to get around. Kilgore, he does.
He's got to go full
Trying to get
speed
around
here.
another man.
Griffin Radford has been accelerating the pace of the game. The rest of the offense needs to match his intensity.
Tried to get the Solariski, Solariski immediately battered as he's trying to get the ball. Lewis now with it at the top.
And, I mean, it's almost like Canisius has a section of fans, but that's just their bench. I mean, they've been loud all game long. They've had stuff to cheer for, but...
Yeah, Canisius has no fans. They don't travel well. Can't believe they didn't make it 10 hours over to Eagle Stadium.
All the way from Buffalo in 3 vans. I mean, that's the kind of activity, though, that grows you closer together as a team, for sure.
I think it would grow me apart, Bennett.
Here's Alexandria, low shot.
Another save.
Man, what a job knocking it away with his shin. So the goalie did throw.
I think that's a new goalkeeper.
Man. Yeah, I think you're right.
Number 88, Thomas Long, in there at keeper now. Blocking that with no protection.
Lewis reaches up high, can't get it.
Hill
Here
now.
comes Hill, all alone, and he'll take it back out. And they'll run this clock a little more. Exchanging passes with Sweeney. And some kind of penalty. Couldn't see what it was. Maybe a trip. And Southlake has it now. Their bench is cheering. Liam Jones fighting for it. It's knocked up in the air. Into the stick of Carter Ward. He needs to get past the 50. He does. There's Sklereski. He can't hang on to it. Ball security, a big problem. Timeout, Southlake.
Timeout, Southlake. That is their first of the second.
And that has been a common theme. Just disarray on the offensive side of the ball for Southlake and a timeout called. We'll take a short break as we approach the end of the game. Southlake down by 5. Do they have a miracle waiting for them? We'll see. All right, Southlake down 5. They need some help on the offensive end. Can they come back and stage a miraculous victory? Carter Ward to start things off. Lincoln Julian out there and needs some playing time too, and the ball is already lost.
Loses the ball. Canisius calls a timeout. And that is not what Southlake needed.
Absolutely not. And I mean, Southlake has just almost looked fatigued so far in this game. It's been very obvious.
Less than 4 minutes left in this game, and maybe a thing to consider why Southlake has looked a little fatigued tonight. They just played a game yesterday, Mooresville, which was competitive all the way till the second half.
Yeah.
Maybe a reason there, but it might be time just to think about injury management here and just play some of your younger guys, see what they can do, as that will probably be what Canisius looks to.
Yeah, and you don't want to get any of your guys injured for sure. And this isn't a conference game. This isn't a win or never make the playoffs game. They are fighting for the top seeding in their division, but, I mean, they would have liked to win this one for sure. It would have helped them, but tonight, not the night, obviously. And originally they had a game scheduled for Friday against Cary Christian. That one would have been a conference game, but they canceled that one, thank goodness, because a conference game on a 3-game streak just doesn't make sense.
Not good scheduling there. Don't think I could play 3 lacrosse games
Oh,
back
no.
to back to back.
And that is, well, Southlake will keep the starters out there. Schaefer's seen a lot of playing time tonight. He's starting at midfield, really their defensive sub in terms of midfield. Canisius will start play once again. Covered by Southlake, double-teamed. Carter Ward can't keep up, and Shop has been running past this Southlake defense all day. You can hear him panning up here from the booth. Here comes Meat, accompanied by McConnell. Back to Shop.
New man in the defense, Luke Canena, number 31.
Wow.
Seeing his first playing time tonight.
Yeah.
First year playing lacrosse.
He's taking the D midi. Snow River Lewis is out there. He's just playing midi. Interesting. And
Ryder tried
really
to
forces it.
break the pass up. A little too late. McConnell now on Meat.
Good hits from McConnell. He's being outrun, though, by Meat, who scores.
His hat trick of this game, and Canisius are now up 6 goals. 12-6 is our score, and have about 2 minutes 30 left in the fourth quarter.
Yep. He's been on fire so far. He is the best player on this team statistically. Just a sophomore, the son of the head coach, Pat. And he has been dominant, even outrunning the great Christian McConnell tonight.
Got 3 players with hat tricks tonight, so Canisius likes to spread the ball. There's not one person that's really been dominant tonight. They've all been dominant.
And remember, Owen Gray's out. He's a senior defenseman who's committed to a D1 school in Otterbane, well, D2 school in Otterbane. If you don't know where that is, I didn't either. It's in Ohio. But still a college commit nonetheless. They've got 11 of those at their school. 2 or 3 play lacrosse.
Thomas Long, the new goalkeeper, looking for an option. Alexanian takes out his frustration.
Well, when you have a hat trick, you can do whatever you want. If you score 8 goals in the game, it doesn't matter. Southlake fighting for the ball on the right side. Who stepped on the line? Canisius or Southlake?
Looks like Canisius did.
Wow.
Be Southlake's ball, unless they account for the penalty. As we see Alexanian go to the box.
Oh, my word. They've just been doing that to us all game.
Oh, that one was
Man,
a foul. I'll give them
did
that.
they bring these refs with them from New York? We need to find some better ones. Surely there are some better regional refs around.
That one, Alexanian took all of his frustration out on the junior Thomas Long.
Well, poor Thomas hasn't been playing much, but it doesn't matter. He was in the sights of Anthony Alexanian, and as soon as he got going, there was no stopping.
And believe me, when Anthony is hot, he is hot. Saved by Kearney. Bounces out. Kearney now has it. Gets it out to McConnell. McConnell flings it.
Nice
Lewis has it.
loft. Beautiful pass.
Lewis looks for Lincoln Julian, the freshman. Doesn't have it.
Another turnover from Southlake.
And Sweeney now
Canisius
has it.
driving again, yeah. Man.
Minute 15 left to go, as Canisius will just look to run this clock out. And what has been a dominant victory for them, coming all the way from Buffalo.
Watch out, Radford! Oh, nearly got a pickpocket steal. Pass goes out of bounds. It was blocked.
They said somebody touched that?
Oh.
I don't believe that, but it's fine. Ryder White now on Van Tyne. Van Tyne with 4 goals in this contest. Over to Hill, who has 3 goals in this contest. Sweeney with 1.
They'll just try to run this clock out. 6-point deficit. And a turnover on Braxton Kilgore.
Connor
Launch
just
downfield.
launches it.
Yeah, Morgan's
Gets it to
there.
Morgan.
One-handed
Morgan's got it.
snag.
Let's get a goal here to end this. To
And
Radford, and
Radford.
it is saved. Thomas Long.
Golly, legacy game for these goalies from Canisius. Uh-oh. Deccan Hill hurt, and he's going to go down. They'll stop play for him. Surely. Maybe, yeah, it looks like he's cramping. Maybe he's going to stretch out. They're not going to stop play.
Meaty with it still. They don't care about the man.
Are you
The ref
serious?
is still...
Ref, he's down. Okay, the clock ran out. The kid was dying at the 30-yard line, and
He's still dying at the 30-yard line.
the ref didn't stop play. But as the buzzer rings, the final score, 12-6, major upset. The team from Buffalo, New York, taking down Southlake on their 3-game win streak. Southlake will stay at home next Friday, April 17th, for their next game against Lincoln Charter, a regional foe. Should be a chippy game, the type we like to cover. So stick around for that. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. Subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching. For Bennett, Hart, Jackson, Robateau, our entire crew, we say so long from the Fieldhouse. Good night.